So tell us who you are and where you're from.
My name is Kara Ann Moore. I'm 24 years old, and I grew up in a small town called Trenton, Georgia. It's in the very top northwest corner of the state of Georgia. It's about 20 minutes south of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That is very specific. It's in the top northwest corner of the state of Georgia. That is Kara Ann Moore.
The tri-state area.
It's the tri-state area. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for that detail. Kara, that is Kara Ann Moore, and you will see that as we proceed through. Okay, Kara, tell us a little bit about your childhood. What was your life like growing up in the top northwest corner of the state of Georgia?
Right. So I grew up. I have two little sisters, Hope and Heather. We were born back to back. We all were in high school together at the same time, so we got to grow up together. We're very close, good friends. I grew up in a Methodist church until about 5th grade, and then for reasons we left, and I joined a local Baptist church and joined the youth group, and was very active in that until I graduated high school. Yeah, growing up was great. My parents are awesome. They were the same people at home as they were at church, and I really appreciate that growing up. So yeah, they were very,
cool. Nice, beautiful Southern American pie childhood.
That's it.
Great. Okay, so tell us about what led to you seeking out the women's shelter on Willow. Like, what were the events in the last, bit of time before you came here that led to you seeking out some help and some residential discipleship? What was you recognizing your need for this?
So about 3 years ago, I moved to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is really close to Nashville, and it's a college town. So I started living in the party lifestyle, smoking every day, and really just going hard in that lifestyle, really experimenting. And I realized it could make me. I was very numb from my friend killing himself late in high school, and that was really hard, and I just became super numb, and I realized that drinking and drugs could make me feel something again. It could make me feel like a person, and so I just kept looking for something stronger and stronger. I was never satisfied, and I just came to the end of myself.
So you were self-medicating.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I remember when you called me, I will not forget those first couple phone calls. You were what we like to call Hot Mess Express.
Right.
And you were kind of at a crossroads, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. You were in the car with your dad. And
So after a failed suicide attempt, I was on my way to the hospital when Lauren called. I had sent in an application to the Renew program in Chattanooga, which my friend's brother attended, and so I sent the application, and it just happened to time up right when Lauren called. I was in the car with my dad. He was done, over it with me, and so I was gonna go and do whatever they do there. I've never been hospitalized or in any kind of a program. I've never been to rehab or jail. This was my first experience in anything like that. I'm so thankful that it was. But yeah, Lauren called, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll go to Pennsylvania. And my dad was like, Pennsylvania? And so I put Lauren on the phone, and he turned the car around.
So you were on your way to the psych hospital to pursue kind of the way of the world.
Right.
The world's solutions.
Right.
And God kind of timing intervened.
Exactly.
And your dad wasn't really fully in agreement, but then he did. He did agree, and he turned the car around, and they got you here.
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about what your time here has been like. And I may interject, and give a few stories, but please tell us, share with everyone what your time here has been like.
So, my first week here was really, really rough. I cried a whole lot. Every time I walked into a room, it was extremely difficult for me to come to to even really admit that I was an addict. Like, I didn't do that until many months into the program. That was really hard for me, but just I couldn't relate. I thought I was different from the people that were here, and that is just so untrue. I was just a hot mess. My pendulum, I was either really happy, really going strong, or just in the trenches, asking Lauren for one-on-ones like every day, like coming to her with tears like, I just need to talk to you. But she did it. Just so thankful. I just really needed a lot of attention to come to the end, like, and just realize, like, just to commit myself to the Lord and commit myself to the time. It was very helpful that I was 2 planes away from home. That just really kept me here. And
yeah, she came one day before her birthday, right, too, so that, right, like, in her mind, I think made it more sad or depressing. Yeah. But we were like, this is the best way ever to start your 23rd year of life. This, right, is going to be the best year of your life. Yep. And it has not been the best year of your life. Yeah,
it absolutely has, no doubt.
Yeah, and like the first month, like you said, you could not stop crying. Right. But then there, like, in true Kara fashion, her pendulum, you know, your pendulum swung so far in either direction. So it was like 1 second, it was like you did not want to be here and you were in the pit of despair. And the next second, what did you come and tell me? I'm never leaving.
I said, I'm never leaving. It was like my 1 month of being here. I was like, I only have 11 of these left. What am I gonna do? I can't live without this. Like,
yeah, you know, quite the extremist.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so we
found myself on the 17-year plan.
17-year plan. Yeah. It's been quite the journey. Okay, so tell us a little bit about what this year has really, give us some milestones, some victories, some cool things that the Lord has done for you this year. Like, what has He done, some specifics in your heart and in your life?
Yeah, for sure. So it's really worked a lot, like in my forgiveness and bitterness that I had, some from things growing up. I've done a lot, like some counseling with our pastor's wife, and really broken some strongholds on things that used to hold me. Like I said, like when my friend passed away, I really turned and walked away from the Lord. And so even though it was not personal to me, I was able to, like, let things like that go. And I'm currently walking through my parents' divorce, and that's really just cool how to see that the Lord is just flooding me with grace, when if I had been out in the world, I would have lost it. I would have absolutely just been still in just the pit of despair. And I'm just able, like, the Lord just continues, like, to give me grace in these situations, and it's just been really nice. I got to go home in May and get my car and move completely up to Pennsylvania. I don't plan to go back anytime soon.
Your pendulum has kind of evened out. You still have some big feelings and big emotions, because we're human and God created us to feel big feelings. Like, we don't expect people to not have big feelings and big emotions, but like, God meets you in those places today. For sure. You're not like knocking on my door every 5 seconds like, I need to talk to you.
Exactly. Right.
But
and running to Him instead of like more, because you're great.
But I'm not Him.
He just meets me right there. And learning to put words to my feelings was a super, like, great, like, tool in learning, like, battle verses. I remember, like, my second week here, I learned 1 John 4:4, greater is He who is in me than he who is in the world. That has just helped me push so many, like, flashbacks. It's helped me, like, just go to sleep. Just keep so many pictures out of my head that I put there,
It's one of my favorite ones.
That's a good one. You gave me that in the van to Jersey.
It's a good one. Amen. Okay, so now that we are closing up one awesome, amazing year of residential discipleship, which God is just really getting started, right? With you. Tell everyone what is next for you.
Yeah, so after my graduation, I will step into the School of Ministry. That's incredible, like, that the Lord has even called me to do that. It's unreal that He chose me. I love the ladies here. I love this house. I love the leadership. just a way to give back in a way that has been like people have poured into me and loved me through like the hardest times of my life, and I just really am excited to step into that, and with all the growing that comes with that, the stretching that I know is on its way. But look forward to it because I can't imagine doing anything else than this.
So tell us, do you have a life verse you want to share with us, or is there a verse that you're going to be standing on for this next year, like, or is there a verse like the Lord spoke to you to do school of ministry? Like, share with us some encouragement of how do you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing?
So I know, like, my life verse for sure it's Hebrews 12 through 13. It's take a new grip with your tired hands and strengthen your weak knees. Mark out a straight path for your feet so that those who are weak and lame will not fall but walk and become strong. And he just gave me that just at the hardest time of my walk here, and I stand on that every day. It's grown with me, even though like I'm not like at the end of myself. But I still struggle with like tiredness and like becoming like just being tired and just like wanting to quit. I've always been such a quitter, and it just helps me just take a new grip. I'm gonna help you walk this out. I'm gonna walk you through this. With me, you are strong. You don't have to be weak. Because on my own, I'm so weak.
Amen. So it's a good one.
It's just grown with me. At every phase, it just continues to grow.
Amen.
All
right. Well, we are so excited to see what the Lord is going to do next for you in this year. And everybody pray for Kara.
Please pray
for this next season of what the Lord is going to do in her life. So, amen. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We love you.
I love you.